There's a hidden room in the observable universe, and it's 46 billion light-years wide, and you will never see inside it. That's the edge of what light has had time to reach us from since the beginning. But what's even crazier is that everything beyond that edge still exists. It's just permanently out of reach. Nothing you do, nothing anyone ever builds, will change that. You are sealed inside a bubble of visibility, and the walls of that bubble are made of time itself. The observable universe is not the same thing as the universe. It's just the part old enough light has had time to cross. Right now, galaxies exist beyond that boundary that we will never detect. Not in 1,000 years. Not ever. Because the space between us and them is expanding faster than light itself can close the gap. No signal, no photon, no way through. But the next hidden thing on this list isn't out at the edge of everything. It's sitting quietly inside every atom you're made of. You can only perceive 3 dimensions, but there may be up to 9 more folded into the fabric around you, curled so tightly you could never notice them. String theory proposes reality may require 10 or 11 total dimensions to make its equations work, with the extra ones compactified down to scales smaller than 10 to the negative 35 meters. That's a size so small it makes an atom look like a galaxy in comparison. Take the 3 dimensions you walk through every day. Add invisible curled ones stacked into every point of space, and you get a universe that only shows you a fraction of its true architecture. And this is where things become strange, because if those dimensions are real, gravity itself may be leaking into them right now, which is exactly why gravity feels so much weaker than every other force in nature. Gravity is by far the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces, roughly a trillion times weaker than electromagnetism. Physicists have one leading explanation for why, and it's unsettling. Gravity might not be weak. It might just be diluted, spread out across extra dimensions the other forces can't access. If that's true, you are standing inside a structure so much larger than 3 dimensions that the force holding you to the ground is only a fraction of its true strength. But if unseen dimensions can hide inside a single atom, what happens when something invisible hides across an entire galaxy instead? Dark matter makes up roughly 27% of everything that exists, and we have never detected a single particle of it directly. We only know it's there because galaxies rotate too fast for their visible mass to explain, holding together as if some unseen scaffold were wrapped around them. Take a galaxy, strip away every star, every planet, every visible trace of matter, and you would still find something out there holding the whole structure in shape. No light, no interaction, no direct contact, just gravity coming from somewhere we cannot see. And that leaves us with the next uncomfortable question. If we can't see 27% of the universe, what about the other 68%? Dark energy is the name given to whatever is causing the expansion of the universe to accelerate, and it accounts for roughly 68% of all existing energy. We don't know what it is. We only know its effect, pushing every galaxy cluster away from every other one, faster with each passing billion years. If you've made it this far into everything the universe is hiding from you, drop a like, because the next entry means most galaxies that exist today are on a path to disappearing from view completely. Take enough time, let dark energy keep winning against gravity, and eventually the sky itself will go dark, with only your own galaxy left visible in a silent, empty expanse. That process is already underway. Distant galaxies are receding from us faster over time, and some light that left its source billions of years ago will be the last signal we ever receive from that direction. No warning, no final message, just a gradual fade until the light stops arriving. But something can hide much closer than the edge of a galaxy. Something can hide inside a black hole, and it can hide the very information that fell into it. Physicists call this the black hole information paradox, and it may be the strangest unsolved mystery in physics. When something falls into a black hole, quantum mechanics says the information describing it can never truly be destroyed. But general relativity says nothing, not even information, escapes the boundary once crossed. Two of our most trusted theories directly contradict each other, and nobody has resolved it. Take everything that has ever fallen into a black hole, and somewhere, in some form we don't understand, the universe may be keeping a hidden ledger of it all. But here is the unsettling part. If information cannot be destroyed, then somewhere out there, black holes may eventually be forced to give it back. Stephen Hawking proposed exactly that in 1974, arguing that black holes slowly radiate energy away and eventually evaporate entirely over timescales longer than the current age of the universe by an almost incomprehensible margin. If that's true, every black hole that has ever formed is a countdown clock, ticking toward a moment when it releases whatever it swallowed, encoded in a form we don't yet know how to read. So what happens when the thing hiding isn't information, but an entire structure larger than anything we've named so far? Some theories propose the existence of a cosmic web so vast it connects every galaxy cluster in the observable universe into a single structure of filaments and voids. Take every galaxy you can see, and instead of scattering them randomly, they trace threads across unimaginable distances, with almost nothing at all in the gaps between. Some voids in this structure stretch across hundreds of millions of light years, containing next to no matter at all. Standing at the center of one, you would see almost nothing. A sky nearly empty of galaxies. An isolation deeper than anything Earth has ever known. But the next hidden thing on this list doesn't sit inside empty space. It sits underneath the laws of physics themselves. Physicists refer to it as vacuum instability, the theoretical possibility that the universe is currently sitting in a false, lower energy state, rather than its true, lowest possible one. If that's the case, the calculations suggest a transition to the true lowest state could in principle occur, rewriting the fundamental constants of physics from that point outward. This remains a theoretical extrapolation, not an imminent prediction, and it's treated by physicists as a fascinating boundary condition of the equations, not a forecast. Take the rules that govern every particle, every force, every structure you've ever known, and this theory suggests they may not be permanent at all, just the current settings of a system that could, mathematically, have others. But if the laws underneath reality are not fixed, what does that mean for the universe as a whole? Some cosmologists propose our universe is only one region within an eternally inflating field, one bubble among a theoretical multitude, each with its own version of physical law. This is called the multiverse hypothesis, and while it remains unconfirmed and heavily debated, it emerges naturally from some of our best inflationary models. If it's real, everything you have ever known, every star, every galaxy, this entire observable universe, may be one isolated pocket among countless others, permanently sealed off from any way of confirming the rest exist at all. That is the shape of everything we've covered today. A universe with edges we can never reach, dimensions folded inside every atom, and forces we can only infer through their shadow. If this kind of scale makes your head spin a little, that's the right reaction to have. Subscribe before the next hidden layer of the universe reveals itself, and if you are not ready to come back down to 3 dimensions just yet, there's a full playlist waiting exploring everything else the cosmos has never let us see.